Hey everybody, it's your favorite co-host from Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. I'm the Smash, Justin Simmons. I'm here to give you a quick, unedited preview of my picks for WrestleMania 34 live from New Orleans at the Superdome. And I don't want this particular video to take as long as the actual card itself, so I have two note sheets here because it's a really big card. So if you see me looking down, you know exactly what I'm looking at. Now I'm trying to do this unedited. I can't guarantee that's how it's going to end up, so try to see where I make the cuts, if I make any cuts. Let's go ahead and jump right into the actual show itself. Let's start off with the WWE pre-show and the WWE Cruiserweight Championship Tournament final between Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander. Now, you came to see who I would pick for a possible winner, and I'm going to go with Cedric Alexander. And the reason being is because Alexander has looked great on Raw the last couple of weeks. He's gotten some victories with that lumbar check, and I'm hoping that this match is up to the caliber of what we saw on 205 Live between Murphy and Kalisto. If that's the case, we should be in for a real treat. But I have Alexander with the win and the championship on 205 Live. Next up, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And I can't say that 3 times fast. I don't know if you can out there either, but if you can, I would love to see the video of you doing it. Plenty of WWE superstars in this match. You will see the Revival, Ty Dillinger, Baron Corbin, to go along with Mojo Rawley, Matt Hardy, Tyler Breeze, Fandango, just to name a few. Goldust. We might see Jeff Hardy. Who knows who we'll see come back in this matchup. But if I had to pick a winner, I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler, given that failed gimmick change that we saw earlier in the year. I think this would be a good opportunity to give him a positive. So I'm going to go with Ziggler. I would love to see who you think will win down in the comments below. So from the men, we'll go to the Women's Battle Royal. And again, a similar situation here where we'll get plenty of WWE female superstars on the card. Just what I have typed out: Sasha Banks, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, Naomi Bailey, Natalya, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Lana, even, just to name a few. And again, we might see some special entrants later on in the match. As far as winners go, I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. I think she's due for a victory. She hasn't had much to talk about in the last couple of months, but I could see Natalya getting this win also, just because she's been with the company for so long. I know some popular picks would be Sasha Banks and Bailey, but I think they'll end up costing each other in this match and set something up for SummerSlam down the road. So that's the pre-show. Let's go ahead and jump into the main card. WrestleMania. I have it starting off with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Shane McMahon, and yes, the return of Daniel Bryan. Now, I'm as excited as anybody else to see Daniel Bryan back in a WWE ring. I was a little scared when he got beat up and he was going with those corner kicks, flying corner kicks, and landing on his shoulder and near the back of his head, but hopefully this will be a better situation. I don't really want to see him have to take too many big bumps, but given what we know about Shane McMahon and his diverticulitis, I hope I said that right, and the hernia that he's facing, I'm not expecting that big Shane McMahon spot at this particular WrestleMania. If anything, I foresee Owens and Zayn getting the win just because of that whole reinstatement situation. If where they win, they'll get back to Smackdown. So I think that's what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and move on. John Cena versus, yes, I'm going to say The Undertaker. I know it hasn't been announced, at least at this time just yet, but everybody pretty much sees this happening. I would have John Cena winning this matchup, but let me ask you guys something really quick. Which Undertaker do you want to see? I don't want to see the American Badass. I would rather see a darker, more sinister Undertaker. Really try to utilize his demonic soul, so to speak, and give us one really dark last match. And I think this would be his potential last match. That's still tough to say just because it is The Undertaker, but I think the easiest thing to go with is John Cena getting a win. Let's go ahead and start off with the Tag Team Championships. First on the Raw side, it's The Bar going against Barrett, not Baron, but Braun and Brains. No, I'm just joking. Just Braun Strowman, and we don't know who his mystery partner is going to be. I can't say that I was totally in love with the corny comedy, so to speak, from Braun Strowman, but hey, at least he tried to give the big guy some range. I don't know who his tag team partner could possibly be. Maybe it'll be Gilbert, who doesn't have to do anything, and he could just stand there and get us some cheap laughs for the match. But I do see Braun winning this matchup between the bar regardless of who his tag team partner is. Let's go ahead and talk about the Smackdown WWE Tag Team Championships. The Usos, the New Day, and the Bludgeon Brothers are all vying for the Usos title in this particular match. Now, the Usos have had a terrific run as heels. I would like to see them hold on to the title, but I can't see the Bludgeon Brothers getting the win. They look legitimate for once. And I do want to mention here, if War Machine, Hanson and Rowe from NXT had been in the WWE before the Bludgeon Brothers were an actual thing, don't you think that would be their gimmick? Just saying. Anyways, I have the Bludgeon Brothers with the win. Let's move on. Looking down at my notes here. Ah, yes. Now, I have plenty of shows, or not plenty of shows, so to speak, but plenty of matches that could potentially steal the show at WrestleMania 34, and this I have down as one of them. The Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship match between The Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins. Because if the matchup is anything like what we saw on Raw last week between Rollins and Balor, we're going to be in for a great matchup. When it comes down to winners, I know The Miz and Maurice just had their baby. Congratulations to them once again. But he is their best heel. And the title around him makes it way more entertaining. You don't know what's going on with the US title, and for most of the reason, you don't care, because it doesn't matter. But with the IC title, you see it on The Miz each and every week. I see him coming away with the victory here. But that's just me. I don't know. You might have a different idea, and again, I would love to see it down in the comment section below. Talking about the US title, it's a four-way matchup now, because it's Orton versus Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and as I move my hair out of my face, it is Rusev Day, also included in this matchup. From the rumor mill, if you check those sort of things, Rusev apparently not happy with his push. He might get the victory here. I want to see him win anyways. It should be Rusev Day with that title every day. But that's who I have. I have Rusev. I'd love to see who you have picked for the winner. Alright, now we're starting to get into the nitty gritty of this WrestleMania card. And another potential match of the night here. Charlotte Flair versus Asuka for the WWE Women's Smackdown title. I am a little sad in here because if Asuka wins, that means we won't see her on Raw. And I like Alexa Bliss, and I think Nia Jax is going to be great soon, but you still need that really top tier women's wrestler. And while Bayley and Sasha Banks are off doing their thing, it's been Asuka who's been carrying the Raw side. But when it comes to an actual winner, I could see Charlotte Flair coming away with it, but I want Asuka to win. So I'm going to pick Asuka. And I wish I had a better reason than, well, she deserves it, and that Charlotte Flair hasn't done enough on SmackDown. But it's just because you don't see her all that often. And I think Asuka, it's been long overdue. She's been undefeated for a good while, and I don't foresee her losing here in what could be another show stealer. Let's go to the Raw side. Little Miss Bliss taking on Nia Jax. David versus Goliath in this, if you want to add to the grandeur, so to speak. But it looks like the WWE was really strong on Nia Jax for a while. That push, they kind of backed off of it. I don't think she's ready to get the belt here. I'm going to go with Bliss. And that's just because she has been such a pleasant surprise as the title holder. She is great on the mic. She sells merch. And I can foresee her at least extending this feud to SummerSlam with Nia Jax. Alright. I don't think I have to go into too much depth. I think we already know who's going to win this match. Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey versus Triple H in Stephanie McMahon. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Let's just go with Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey getting the win. You know how much the WWE loves its mainstream crossover press, and this would give them some great press for Monday morning. Okay, so the last two matches on the card for the biggest titles on each respective brand. Let's start with SmackDown for the WWE Championship between the phenomenal one, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. I've been reading stuff online. It's really 50-50. I know a lot of people that want to see Nakamura win. I've seen a lot of people that think that AJ Styles deserves to retain the belt, and he does. He's been, needless to say, phenomenal. But I think if you want the Nakamura experiment to try to work out, you gotta take a step forward with that said experiment. Give him the belt and see what he can do. You already know that he could connect with the crowd without having to say much. His English is only going to improve as you put more confidence with him in the WWE, and I think this will be his WrestleMania moment. I have Nakamura getting the win against AJ Styles. And then finally, man, this was a long preview, right? Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship. And I think some of the possible suspension has been taken out of this match because we saw Dana White come out earlier this week and let us know that Brock will be back with the UFC. But I think even before that most wrestling fans, and I would agree with them, would say that Roman Reigns is going to walk out of New Orleans with the WWE Universal title. Now, you can love him, you can hate him, but you can't deny the fact that his work has gotten better each and every year, on the mic, and especially with in between the ropes. He is phenomenal. If you were a kid back in the day like I was and made creative players, in my case it was on those N64 games, you probably made a wrestler that looked very similar to Roman Reigns at one point or another. So let's just all accept the inevitable and welcome Roman Reigns as the new WWE Universal Champion. That's going to do it for my preview. Try to see where I made the actual edits. Did I make any edits? That's going to be a great question I think that you guys can try to answer. I look forward to seeing what you leave in the comments section below. Don't forget, you can listen to Sports Guys Talking Wrestling on SoundCloud and on hornfm.com. If you are in Austin, Texas, you can listen to it live on the radio, 104.9 AM 1260, and on the Horn FM app. Don't forget to follow the show at SGTWATX, and you can find us on SoundCloud with the same branding. As for me, I'm the Smash Justin Simmons, and you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram, as well as Twitch, at the Smash Simmons. Enjoy WrestleMania. Let's see how my picks do, and we'll see you again next time.